And good morning, everyone. Welcome back to NeelyFX. My name is Michael Neely, and this is the channel where I talk about foreign exchange trading, and making money trading foreign exchange. Hopefully, if not, you're losing money trading foreign exchange, which is not what we're trying to do here. But at any rate, let's go straight to the risk disclaimer screen, since we are talking about trading and potential trades. I think I'm on the sidelines on everything right now. Let's find out. This channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute trading or financial advice. I am a professional trader, not a broker, trading my own capital. I am involved in two challenges with two companies, with FXFI out of London, England, and another one, Audacity Capital, also out of London, England. Let's see. I do not solicit funds, so don't send me any money. Manage client accounts, so no, I'm not going to trade for you. Nor do I hold CFTC or NFA registration, although I have held NFA registration in the past. Foreign exchange trading is highly speculative with a high risk of losing some or all of your investment capital. Only trade with funds you can comfortably afford to lose. Now, the CFTC risk disclosure goes like this. Forex trading carries a high degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. The high degree of leverage can work against you as well as for you. So before trading Forex, carefully consider your investment objectives, experience, and risk appetite. You could sustain a loss of some or all of your investment capital. I know I've blown out a few accounts in the past. I haven't done it lately, though. I haven't blown out an account in about 10 years. So let's see. Let's go into what is going on in the Forex world. First, let's go up here and see where the DXY closed out. Because that is, I don't like using the DXY, but well, I'll show it to you. There it is. Hey, look at that. There we have the DXY. This is the dollar index, which in theory reflects dollar strength. I'm not a big fan of using it. I'd rather use the bond market, but sometimes the bond market doesn't reflect it as quickly as the DXY does. So although the DXY is a conglomeration of 5 different currencies, the euro versus the dollar, the Japanese yen, no, I'm sorry, the euro, the Japanese yen, what else? The Swedish krona is one I can never forget. The Great British Pound, and the one more. What is it? Oh no, I forgot. Is it the loonie? Oh, the Swiss franc. I don't think it's the loonie. It's probably too close to geographically as to they want. In effect, I don't know. I don't know who made that up. But at any rate, that's what that looks like. Oh, look at Bitcoin down to 108. So it is kind of bounced down after the news we had yesterday. Let's find the news. There you are. Let's see what we had yesterday. Go up here. Let's see. So, well, there's the first thing. All tariffs are still in effect. What are the effects on tariffs on currencies? I have no idea, because we have not had a strong tariff policy since in my lifetime that I'm aware of. And that goes back to 1966, guys. Let me see. So the GDP was a miss for Canada. Oops. They are recessionary bound, but not much. I mean, down 2 percentage points. It's pretty crappy returns anyway. But our friends in Canada are having their little issues right now. Core PCE looks like it was a print of exactly what they were expecting. So not a whole lot changed. Not a whole lot going on with that. We used to get the graph. Where's the graph? There it is. There we have the graph. And here we have the core PCE. Oh, look at that. It goes all the way back to here. I didn't realize that. That's if you're watching the fundamentals. I typically do not watch the fundamentals except for a trigger or something to cause the next technical event. Personal spending is up 0.5%. Personal income is 0.4%. Somebody's going nuts over personal income. And that's never been a really strong indication of what was going on in the world, except during the times of COVID. Look at all that. Wow. But at any rate, let's skip all that. Let's get back into the technicals. Not really breaking any charts. Sitting comfortably on this little wedge thing down here. About 97.7 is its current bottom. If it breaks below that, then we'll have some fun. But anyway, let's go back into the euro versus the. I want to look at bonds too. So our bonds closed out. So the 2-year bond closed out lower. How about that? The 2-year British bond closed out lower, and everything else closed out about the same rate. Oh, except for the Japanese 10-year increased bond. So we should see some increasing strength in the Japanese yen, which will give us some downward pressure on the yen versus the dollar. Is what I'm thinking. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Let's go to the euro versus the dollar. Euro versus the dollar. Not a whole lot happened yesterday. Still showing a bullish change of character right here as far as smart money concepts is concerned. I still see that top is pretty formidable at 117.24. It doesn't seem to want to get above that. We'll see what happens next week. Over here we have the yen versus the dollar. This is a trade that I was in yesterday. And I had set some precautionary stops around 147.11, I think is where I set them. And look at that. It closed me out. So my trades did close out profitably by a little bit. Probably not very profitably at all after you take the swap from the day before, because you do pay a fee if you hold on to it overnight. So that's the one thing about holding on to currencies and not holding on to currencies that you may want to consider if you're trading. But it did take me out and closed right at about the where I'd come into that trade. So not really. If I had just left it alone, everything would have been fine. But I would have missed out on 15 pips. I'm not chasing pips that small. And secondly, I was not in the office, so I could not have done anything about it. So let's go to the British pound. Here we have the British pound. This is what that looks like. It's trying to break out of that wedge a little bit, so we may have to adjust the 4-hour trend lines a little bit tomorrow. Still, that wedge is looking money textbook. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then downward is what I'm thinking. Well, what's the first one? 1, no, upward. So I think the first one and the 5 and the string of 5 goes up. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. I can't keep those things straight. Let's see. I do need to go over my wedges and my triangles and what they mean in the world. All right, now it means coffee. So here we go. We have the pound versus the yen. It's coming up off of that. That's what? 50 pip move. 50 pip move for the dragon is the pound versus the yen is a sleeper. That's not really anything to take advantage of. And secondly, look at that swing right there on that candle. That's a 50 pip swing right there, which is nice. But hey, don't how you really got to be on your toes to catch considerable profit on that. Aussie versus the dollar. Let's see what's going on there. I don't want to see the news. Really don't. There we go. That's better. Aussie versus the dollar. We have a little bit of a breakout going on here. Not much to celebrate so far. Not much to go after. But we are seeing a lot of bullish indicators. Break of structure as well as equal lows right there. And the super trends indicators also saying, hey, this is a buy. So we will see what happens next week. I may trade the Aussie next week. If it gets above 165.37, I'll back it out to the daily and see what that looks like. 65.37. Well, that's awfully choppy. Wow, that's choppy. Again, anytime you're dealing with China, it is going to be choppy. So we're going to get out of that. We're going to go to the dollar versus the Canadian. We're not going to do that way. We're going to do it this way. And here we have dollar versus the Canadian. Let's get back to the 4-hour. Here we are in the 4-hour, and make it look like something we can see. And yes, that's Henry, the foreign exchange trading pair. Keep flying around. His account is doing fine. The Canadian, this is saying this is a buy right here. It's saying we've got a strong low right here, and it is right above it. So that might be time to get into a long-term trade right there. Coming in, gosh, where would you come in on this? 37.44. You might want to come in around 87, and then just plan on sitting on it for a while. unless it's going to break that strong low. Because if the goes down, the dollar goes up. So that could be a strong trade right there. We will see, because it's already broken out of the resistance trend line right there. So maybe making a more of a long range triangle, which everything forms shapes and is range trading in Forex. Nothing goes to the moon, except this bad boy, gold. Look at gold. Look at gold go. Go gold go. So this is what gold looks like. Broke out of its resistance trend line right here, and achieved, I think, might be a new high at 34.48. Let's find out. According to Google Gemini, the gold all-time high is at $3,500 per troy ounce on April the 22nd, 2025. So that was earlier this year. So we could have it touching that so far. We've got a week high right there at what looks like 35.50 or 34.50. So it's got $50 to go before we're into all-time high territory again. And I need to figure out the correlation between gold and what's going on in the markets. Between gold and let's look at the news and see what the talking heads say. About 5% for best month in 4. Fed fears and rate cut. Bets fuel rally. So if one of the Fed governors gets caught with mortgage fraud and gets fired, then I guess gold goes up. So okay, so that's one of the things we need to keep in touch, because if we're going on the Lisa Cook thing, it's so silly. Someone in charge of our economy thinks they can get away with mortgage fraud and thinks it's okay. It's bizarre. Oh well, we're not going to talk about that, although it is fun to talk about that. Let's talk about silver. I love silver. I'm going to get me some more soon. Silver's at $39.73. All-time high on silver is, I think, $50 per troy ounce, and that was done, I think, during COVID. Let's back out of the chart and take a look. We got the chart right here. Go to the weekly. Whoa, look at that. Okay, so we'll have to go further out than that. Let's go to the monthly. And there it is. We have all-time high on silver is $49.82, and that was done, in 2011. How about that? During the Great Recession. Ooh, spooky. So we will see what happens with that. We should, so it's what, $49? At $49.82-ish during the Great Recession. The Great Recession. The day when we were all supposed to be living in cardboard boxes by the side of the road, and the only people that were living in cardboard boxes by the side of the road were the people living in cardboard boxes before the Great Recession hit. So we're not going to talk about that, because your habits do change, create. Your habits do create everything. So you should keep an eye on your habits and see what you're doing. One of my big habits, I'm trying to. Well, we're not going to talk about that, but at any rate, silver's looking good. Again. No reason for silver to slow down or stop. The news on silver is probably about the same. It's 10% higher on the month at 40.2. Oh, COMEX silver. Okay. Silver climbs to a new 14-year high. Ooh, how about that? 18 hours ago from Trading Economics. So silver's on fire. Don't see any reason not to buy more, especially if you can get it cheap. The U.S. Mint has physicals priced. The price is priced in already, so probably at $50 an ounce. Probably what they're trying to. That's probably what they're selling it for. It is awfully expensive. You can get it cheaper on eBay, but I didn't say that. I mean, yeah, I did. But so that's what we got going on this Saturday. Not a whole lot to talk about. We'll see where we redraw our lines tomorrow. And get set up for some more trading on Sunday night, Monday. It is an American holiday. However, it is not a world holiday. So the world does not care about Labor Day. only the United States, so they celebrate the formation of labor unions and stuff. But at any rate, that's where we are today. It's not a whole lot going on. Oh yeah, one more thing. Let's go to prop firms. Oh, I don't misspelled it again. Oh, I did. And see how we're doing there. And Henry wants to see too. Henry likes making fun of me. The other one is I know a little something about domains. That .capital, it's got to be an expensive domain, but I like it. And we'll go to this one too and see what we're doing on this, because I would rather sit here and do this all day instead of going to work. Ooh, I didn't say that, did I? However, right now work pays me a lot more money. Allow all cookies because they said so. Send code. Oh man. New device activation code. Alright, send code. I've got to pull up my email on another one before it'll let me in. Should have done this earlier. Sorry about that. But Google Workspace. From a new device. Yes, it's me. Start a new device. Ow! Henry. Henry likes trying to crawl up on my neck. And the best way he can crawl up is by biting something and pulling it up. Okay, that's in. Alright, let's see what we're doing here. We have second winning trade. We're at 3 winning trades in a row. Look at that. And then that one's just a little bitty winning trade. Cumulative profit, yeah, minus 0.63% because I held it over for a day or two. And that's what, I don't know what a KYC is. I'll look that up later. Oh. So let's go to this dashboard, see what we're doing here. So completed everything here. Still need to get that done off the loss and get that to 1500 profit. Daily loss is still 732. That's my limit. And we're at 2410. So we're at minus 2.36% right now. I need to get that to plus 10%. And here are my things right here. The biggest losses still, my losses are bigger than my gainers. That's something I've had to kind of reel into with my trading. My personal trading is that my losses are bigger than my gains. That is not a good strategy at all. So I need to work on that. And this over here, ouch, Henry, that is not for you to eat. Then this one, well, it's not showing me trade by trade, but this does. Come over here. So on this one, I'm minus 589, and then minus 135 on that one. So we need to get some winning trades going on here. So my last trades were, we're losing trades, but I need to get that up, all history, and then we'll go from there. So you guys, that's what we got so far. You guys have a great one. I am going to go to work and go make some money, and then I'll come back and see how we're doing with all this. I'm still very much in the game on both of these. 600 down on this one, just shy of 600. And maybe next week we can get some winners. So you guys have a great one. If you liked this video, then be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll keep making more of these. I'm going to make more of these anyway because this is my trading journal, and we'll go from there. So you guys have a great one. Talk to you later. Bye.